Hi, this is Nigel Foote coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Today I have with me young Ryan Gomez, and the reason I've asked him to come along is that he does some amazing things. He's a motivational speaker, and he also has a tremendous radio show here in Melbourne. So he's actually had me on his show twice, so it must be a great show. So, nice to meet you, mate.
Thanks
so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
yes, thanks for having me, Nigel.
It's good, and you know, you can't hide behind radio this time. Now we're going to see you. We're going to see him actually now. So all his fans out there, and he does have a lot of fans because his show goes international, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I'm really honoured to be here and speaking about Anglo-Indians. I'm being an Anglo-Indian myself. You know, I know it's tough for a lot of Anglo-Indians out there.
Yeah. Well, look, before we go further, give us a little bit of background.
Yes, look, I left India. I came here in '96 and came here, settled down with my wife. My dad background itself is from Gadag, India, and he was born in Gadag. I was born in Gadag, and a lot of people are thinking out there, well, where's Gadag? Well, Gadag is
sounds a bit like Gadag.
It's a little town, a little country town up out of Bangalore.
So it's down south.
Down south, yeah, right. Down south of India.
This radio show that you have. Yep. Tell us a little bit about the radio station. Give us a bit of background on what the station does and who runs it and what its purpose is.
Okay, it's a KC Radio, that is a community-based radio station, and the third biggest radio station in Australia. Let's put it this way.
Really?
So, community radio station.
And it has a multicultural focus?
Yes,
correct?
Yes. We get a few presenters. We've got close to about 40, 45 presenters, and I'm really honored to be in there speaking, doing my program. But in saying that, it was not easy getting onto a radio station like that. I had to do something different to be able to get on there.
That's right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about when this spark of an idea came that you wanted to get onto radio and communicate to people, something that you had to say. What you must have thought it was pretty important that you had something to say, that you wanted to get on a radio station and tell everyone. What was that spark?
I wanted to communicate a strong message out there. So I got out and started doing some public speaking training. And I took part in a contest in 2011, which happens in Australia every 3 years. And a very, very reputed organization called Toastmasters.
Yeah, Toastmasters, very well known around the world.
I took part in one of the public speaking contests, where over 700 plus speakers take part in Australia itself as a whole. And well, let's put it this way: after 4 months of tremendous competition and 750 people, I ended up being voted the second best public speaker in Australia. Which is
well, that's pretty good from a guy who came from Gadag. Really?
Yes, that's right.
An immigrant from India comes and is able to achieve something like that in public speaking. That's for me, that's an absolute fantastic achievement.
It didn't come easy, but it took me a lot of years to be able to motivate myself, to inspire myself to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of time, a lot of effort, and mostly it took me the commitment, like you're talking about, sacrifice and run with it. So the whole idea behind this program was to get the best out of successful entrepreneurs and successful men and women, and help the community out there to be able to take this on. Because a lot of people are looking for motivation, a lot of people are looking for inspiration. A lot of people are looking for that one thing that can unlock that potential.
Yeah, that's good. Now, tell us a little bit about the audience that you have.
Yeah, well, look, my audience, on any given segment, I have an audience tuning in. Could be around 40,000 to 120,000 people around the world, which is great. Which is good.
And trust me, it's not hard to be successful. Okay, take it from me. If you really want to achieve something, and you put your mind to doing it, you can do it. But don't try to do it all by your lonesome, right? Don't try to do it all by your lonesome, because there are people out there who will help you. If you can show them that you're determined and that you're serious about wanting to be successful, and the same, the same goes for anything. It's who you mix with. In business, it's the same. If you mix with other successful people in business, your business will be successful.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I just want to touch on this thing of New Year resolutions, and people say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and it doesn't happen. Now, I think everyone's been in that situation where they've said, I'm going to give up smoking, I'm going to eat less, I'm going to drink less, or some people say, maybe I'm going to drink more. I don't know. It depends on the individual. Yeah. But I suppose what I'd like to get your thought on is, if you make a promise and it doesn't come about, that's okay, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is okay. A lot of people feel, and this is when people actually demotivate themselves a lot more. When they say they've set their goal to do something this year, and it doesn't initiate, all of a sudden they even demotivate themselves even more. Yeah. But it is all right. That is fine.
Don't beat yourself up.
That's right.
If it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Okay? Don't beat yourself.
I believe every individual has tremendous potential in them, and he can self-motivated people. Everyone is a self-motivated person. There's no such thing as you're a self-motivated person, I am not, therefore I can't do this. Every person is a self-motivated person. You just got to bring out the giant.
Did you hear that? Bring out the giant. I love that. I might use that. That's a good one. So I suppose the key thing is, don't be an island in the sea. Don't isolate yourself. Yes. Don't think, oh my God, I've started a business. Let's say we start a business and it doesn't seem to be going well, and you think, oh, I don't want to tell anyone because I'm embarrassed that it's not going to be a success. Doesn't matter. Find someone to help you. Talk to someone about it. Because fresh eyes, someone new coming into the business to have a look, they might see something really simple and obvious and be able to.
I always say this to people. I said, if you don't ask, you don't get. A lot of people don't ask, have the potential in them, have this idea, have this dream, have this thing. Don't ask, they don't ask, they don't ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. You've got to ask for help. If you need the help, ask for help. If you need the support, ask for support. And ultimately, you were talking about success. It's not all about money. Very true. It's success. We must go beyond that and look at excellence, creating excellence in life. What is excellence in life? Excellence in life could be having a very happy family, happy family life, having a true potential, true wealth. Could be having what you want to do, your passion. So excellence, we really got to go from success to creating excellence in life. My passion, as a matter of fact, is to help young people. Help business owners, help people around the world. And I know 85% of the people have this fear of public speaking. And I want to be able to help people get out of that fear, because ultimately it's all about self-esteem and confidence. If you have the confidence and you have great self-esteem, nothing is impossible in life.
Did you hear that? Young people? Did you hear that? It's very true. And again, you've got to move in circles where people are successful. Don't move in circles where people think that other people who are successful, that there's something wrong with being successful. For me, it's fairly easy. I've probably got 3 people in my life who changed my life. One was a teacher, one was a friend, and one was a manager that I worked for. And just 3 people, only three people were able to change my life completely. So as Ryan was saying, put your hand up if you want help. Put your hand up. Ask people. Take advice. Definitely take advice. You don't have to follow through with it, but at least listen and take the advice, and then maybe ask someone else again. Look, someone's advised me that I should do this. What do you think? It's pretty much a gut feeling that you can have as well. One thing that's really kept me in good stead in business is, if it feels good, if my moral compass that I have, which is something that we all have, that we're brought up with from our parents and our families give us. If it feels good in my moral compass, I'll go with it.
Yeah, true.
And it's never let me down. Never.
Yeah, and it's look at society today. You know, the people look at success and say, you know, I have my fame, I have my fortune, and I have my fans. And 3 F's of success, and they say, oh, if I have my fame, my fortune, and my fan, therefore I should be a successful person. I think that's very wrong, the way you look at it. You know, the 3 F's of really achieving, or the 3 F's that really people need in their lives is number 1 is their faith, their family, and their friends. If you have all these 3 in your life, you are truly a successful and a wealthy person with it.
How's that? That's pretty good. So just take us through the 3 F's.
Is your faith, your family, and your friends.
There you go.
When you have all 3, nothing else can be.
How much am I going to have to pay you for this? For this advice. So again, you know, it's not rocket science. It's not something that is unachievable. It's all about you getting your bum out of your seat and looking for like-minded people who want to be successful. And again, that's being successful means different things to different people. But one of the things to being successful is not how much money you make. Trust me, because there are lots of people who make a lot of money and they're not happy. So think about it in a holistic way. You know, if you want to be successful in a certain field, let's say, well, write down what it is that you think will make you successful, so that you give yourself those goals to aim for. So I know that, okay, now I'm at this stage, now I'm at that stage, you know, now I know I'm going to open another shop, or now I know that I'm going to be able to take a holiday and have it paid for, you know, by the business, those sorts of things. Yeah. So some good advice from Ryan, and hopefully some good advice from me as well. I think that's important. And I'd like to thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Nigel.
And I'm sure we'll do this again.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
I'm looking at going down to a few countries in the next couple of years.
That's good.
Especially my Anglo-Indian friends up in India as well.
Yeah.
Definitely want to catch up and want to help.
There you go, people. You know, one of the things that I'd like to do as a producer is to get Ryan to come to India and talk to some of our young Anglo-Indian people, and anyone else who'd like to come along and listen as well, because he's got something terrific to say, and he is inspirational. You know, he's achieved a lot for a young guy.
Yeah.
He's come out of adversity many times, and I think we all need to look up to people who've been able to achieve things, even though, you know, they've been knocked about a bit on the way to being successful. And again, I'd like to thank Ryan. And please remember that just give them the call sign for the radio again.
Okay, it's www.kcradio.com.au. But if anyone wants to get onto my website, I've got a website.
Great, yeah.
And a lot of information on my website, which I just created, by the way, in the last year or so. It's www.ryan-gomez, GOMEZ.com. So you can get on my website, you know, interact with me, send me an email. I'm happy to have a chat with you sometime, wherever you are in the world. So it's www.ryan-gomez, GOMEZ.com, and you can reach me there.
No excuses for not being able to achieve all those goals, and get that list. Why don't you send us in some of your goals if you'd like to, and you know, we can always comment on people writing in and letting us know if they'd like some advice about a particular venture or something that they're trying to achieve. Again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.